Have you ever found yourself gazing at a night sky, your mind drifting into the infinite cosmos, only to be jolted back by the sudden awareness of your own existence? That moment, my friend, is an altered state of consciousness, a fleeting glimpse into the deeper facets of our being. Now imagine if you could explore these states, not just as random moments of insight, but as a science-backed journey into your consciousness. This isn't some sci-fi concept from a distant future. It's an exploration happening right now led by Wheal, a renowned expert in neuroanthropology. Picture this. You're aboard a ship on an uncharted sea. The waters are calm and invitingly mysterious. Your compass? The groundbreaking research and fascinating insights provided by Mr. Wheal himself. His findings aren't just about understanding those out-of-body or in-the-zone experiences we occasionally stumble upon. No, they delve much deeper. Imagine unlocking new levels of creativity, or breaking through that mental barrier holding you back in life. Imagine discovering parts of yourself that lie dormant beneath the surface, waiting to be awakened like seeds sprouting after the first rain. But beware, this isn't for the faint-hearted or those seeking quick-fix solutions for their existential dilemmas. This is for those curious souls who dare to dive deep beneath their conscious mind's surface, rippling with thoughts and emotions to explore what lies beneath. Unexplored territories teeming with potential. So I ask you this, are you ready to embark on this journey? To navigate through layers of self-awareness and probe the depths of your mind's ocean? If so, hold tight, because we're about to venture into one such exhilarating voyage with Wheal leading us all along. Remember, every great discovery starts with curiosity and ends up altering our perception forever. Let's dare to be curious together as we dive headfirst into the intriguing science behind altered states of consciousness. Are you ready to explore the unknown? Your curiosity has led you to an intriguing topic: altered states of consciousness. It's a term that can sound like it belongs in the realm of science fiction. But rest assured, this is pure science. And not just any science. We're talking about neuroscience. The very study of how our brains function and process information. This mental frontier is where Wheal, an expert in peak performance and neuroanthropology, embarks on his exploration. Picture this. You're standing at the foot of a towering mountain range with its peaks obscured by clouds. That sense of awe you feel as you look up, that's similar to the feeling when we begin understanding altered states of consciousness. Such experiences often seem mystical or otherworldly, because they take us beyond our everyday awareness into spaces within ourselves that are largely unexplored. So how does this happen? Well, imagine your brain as a complex electrical circuit board filled with billions of neurons communicating through electricity and chemicals. In normal states, these neural patterns follow predictable paths based on routine behaviors and thoughts. But when altered states occur, say through meditation, sensory deprivation, or even certain substances, these typical pathways are disrupted, leading to new connections between different areas in your brain. You might be thinking now, that sounds fascinating, but what does it mean for me? Let's illustrate with an example. Have you ever been so engrossed in a task that time seemed to warp around you, where hours felt like minutes and everything else faded into the background? That's called flow state. An instance of an altered state where your focus becomes laser sharp on one thing. Here's another one. Have you ever had such intense dreams that they felt real, or woke up from a nightmare gasping for breath? These vivid dream states are also examples of altered consciousness at work while we sleep. The truth is, whether we recognize them or not, most of us have experienced some form of altered states. Understanding them not only satisfies our curiosity, but can also enrich our lives immensely, providing new insights and perspectives on reality. So, remember that mountain range. The great news is you don't need to scale the peaks alone. With guides like Wheal illuminating the path, together we can embrace this fascinating journey into the mind and beyond. Are you ready to step into a world where science meets experience? Let's venture further into this intriguing exploration of consciousness. You see, the human mind is a fascinating entity, an enigma that never ceases to amaze. Wheal, a pioneer in the field of neurophysiology and psychology, offers us an insightful perspective on altered states of consciousness. It's like stepping into an undiscovered realm where your own brain becomes this intriguing landscape for scientific exploration. Let's imagine you're an experienced deep-sea diver. Now replace the ocean with the vast expanse of your own mind. In this uncharted territory, you might stumble upon caverns of thought and perception that are unfamiliar or even alien-like. These are what we call altered states of consciousness. Consider hypnosis as one example. The idea isn't to turn you into a puppet or make you cluck like a chicken on stage. It's about guiding your focus inward until reality takes on a surreal quality, where memories may seem more vivid than actual current experiences. Then there's meditation, a practice employed by monks and CEOs alike, an avenue leading towards heightened self-awareness and tranquility. When meditating deeply, some report experiencing floating sensations or feeling detached from their physical bodies. Yet another example of altered consciousness. What if we told you these unique mental states weren't just relegated to mystics or stage performers? What if they could be scientifically explained, maybe even harnessed? Jamie Wheal suggests that our brains are not rigid structures, but rather malleable landscapes capable of adapting through neuroplasticity, the ability to form new neural connections throughout life. By understanding how these phenomena occur at a neurological level, we can potentially tap into them for personal growth. Take elite athletes who experience the zone, where time seems to slow down and every move flows with effortless precision. It's not magic. It's an altered state of consciousness at work. The science behind this is quite riveting. When in the zone, certain areas in our brain decrease their activity, leading to a state of hyper-focus and enhanced performance. So, dear explorer, we're not just talking about abstract concepts or esoteric mysticism here. Altered states of consciousness are real, tangible, and above all else, scientifically fascinating. It's an exploration that intertwines the intricacies of our brain with the boundless possibilities of human experience. As we journey further with Jamie Wheal into this captivating subject matter, remember, you're not merely a passenger on this trip. You're the diver plunging into the depths of your own consciousness. So keep your wits about you, maintain your curiosity, and let's see where this exploration takes us next. You're here because you felt it. That moment when your world shifts and everything seems crystal clear. When you go beyond the boundaries of your everyday perception, reaching what we call an altered state of consciousness. Perhaps it was during meditation or in the throes of a thrilling adventure, or maybe even in a dream. Jamie Wheal refers to these moments as flow states, those times when our usual mental chatter quiets down and we're fully immersed in the present moment. These experiences can be transformative, but understanding why they occur is equally fascinating. Let's take a practical case that many of us can connect with: daydreaming. You might be staring out of your office window on a Friday afternoon when suddenly you're no longer there. Instead, you're basking under the sun on some tropical beach far away from spreadsheets and deadlines. Can almost feel the sand between your toes. This isn't just imagination at play. This is an altered state of consciousness. But how does science explain this phenomenon? Well, our brains function on different frequencies known as brainwaves. Beta for alertness, alpha for relaxation, theta for deep relaxation, or light sleep, and delta for deep sleep. Daydreaming often occurs in the alpha-theta bridge, where our mind relaxes and allows more abstract ideas to flow freely. Now imagine harnessing this power consciously rather than waiting for it to happen accidentally during idle daydreams. What if you could induce these states intentionally? This is what Jamie Wheal proposes, using techniques like mindfulness, meditation, or neurofeedback to steer our brains towards desired frequency ranges, thereby controlling our state of consciousness. And what's even more intriguing is that these aren't just fleeting moments of escape, but have profound effects on our well-being too. In fact, studies show that people who frequently enter flow states report higher levels of happiness, creativity, and productivity. So let's reverse engineer this concept. Instead of being passive recipients of random moments of clarity or inspiration, why not become active participants in our brain's journey? Let's step into the driver's seat and navigate through the vast expanse of our consciousness. Like a seasoned diver, let's plunge into these fascinating depths intentionally and explore what treasures lie within. Remember, This isn't about losing control, but rather gaining a new level of mastery over your own mind. It is about understanding the science behind our experiences to help us live more engaging, fulfilling lives. So keep your curiosity aflame and continue exploring these altered states. It's an adventure like no other. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a cliff, heart pounding in your chest as you prepare for that leap. There's a rush, an exhilarating sense of fear and excitement mixed together. This is what we call an altered state of consciousness. A moment when your usual perception changes, giving you a unique perspective on life. Now consider Jamie Wheal's work on the science behind these experiences, decoding the mystery behind these states and how they can enhance our lives. For example, take professional athletes who often describe being in the zone during high-stakes games. Their vision seems sharper. Time appears to slow down, allowing them to make split-second decisions with precision. The crowd noise fades away into mere background hums while they are hyper-focused on their objective. That's not magic or just luck. It's flow state, one type of altered state of consciousness that science has begun to unravel. Neuroscience reveals that in such moments, parts of our brain responsible for self-criticism and doubt actually quiet down, while areas linked with creativity and problem-solving light up like Christmas trees. It's as if our brains rewire themselves for optimal performance. Practical cases also show us how understanding these states can significantly influence our lives beyond sports fields or rock concerts. Take meditation practitioners who regularly tap into transcendental consciousness, another altered state where the mind is calm yet alert simultaneously. Long-term meditators often report lower stress levels, better emotional control, and even enhanced cognitive abilities. Remember those cliff divers? They too experience something similar called acute focus state when they take that jump. Their world narrows down to just them and the impending plunge beneath them. Everything else ceases to matter. But here's what makes Wheal's work so fascinating. He isn't just describing these states. He wants us all to experience them ourselves. He believes we can train ourselves to enter these mind spaces more often, thereby enriching our lives in unimaginable ways. Imagine a world where you could tap into your peak creative potential at will, or stay calm and focused amidst chaos just by understanding and controlling your consciousness better. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But with the relentless pace of scientific discoveries, this might just be within our reach sooner than we think. So continue to stoke that flame of curiosity. Keep exploring these altered states. They are not mere oddities, but gateways to untapped potential within us all. There's an adventure waiting for you, one that transcends the boundaries of ordinary perception into the extraordinary realms of consciousness. Now, let's take a moment and picture this. You're an elite athlete preparing for the biggest competition of your life. The pressure is mounting, but instead of succumbing to stress, you enter into a state where everything outside this moment fades away. You find yourself in the zone, that sweet spot where your perception alters and every action flows effortlessly. This is not some mystical phenomenon or exclusive privilege reserved for the few. It's simply an example of an altered state of consciousness at work. A similar experience can be found in meditation practitioners. They describe reaching a point during deep meditation where they feel detached from their physical bodies, experiencing profound peace and clarity. Another example could be when we encounter breathtaking natural beauty, a stunning sunset or grand mountain range. That momentarily suspends our usual thought patterns and immerses us completely in the present day. These experiences might appear disparate on the surface. After all, what does hitting a home run have in common with meditating or appreciating nature? But if we look deeper, we see that they are all instances where our usual state of consciousness shifts to something more expansive. Understanding these experiences scientifically has been the focus for many leading researchers like Stephen Kotler and Andrew Newberg. Their research suggests that during these altered states, there's less activity in our prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for self-monitoring and impulse control, while other areas light up with activity. It's as if parts of our brain take a break, allowing others to shine brighter than before. This shedding away of normal cognitive limitations can lead us to heightened creativity, increased problem-solving abilities, even potentially unlocking aspects of ourselves previously inaccessible under ordinary conscious conditions. Practically speaking then, cultivating these states isn't just about chasing transcendental experiences. It's also about enhancing daily performance across various domains, from sports to artistry to scientific discovery. Jamie Wheal refers to this practically applied exploration as state training, where we consciously engage in activities that induce these states to explore their potential benefits. So, the question is not whether we can achieve these altered states, because we all can. The real question is, how can we best harness them? And as you continue this journey into understanding the science behind the experience, remember it's about more than just knowledge acquisition. It's an invitation to explore the untapped depths within your own consciousness. It's an adventure of self-discovery waiting for you. Are you ready to take the first step? You might have heard of the term flow state, popularized by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. It describes a state of optimal experience where we're entirely absorbed in what we're doing, and time seems to fly. But this is only one manifestation of an altered state of consciousness. Today, I'd like to share with you insights from Jamie Wheal's research on these fascinating states. Imagine you are an extreme sports athlete, let's say a surfer. You're riding a monstrous wave, adrenaline coursing through your veins. There's no room for error or distraction. In that moment, you enter an altered state called stasis, where everything slows down and every detail becomes crystal clear. Now picture yourself as a musician lost in the rhythm of your favorite tune. The notes flow smoothly from your fingers without conscious thought. It's as if the music plays itself. This trance-like condition is another form of altered consciousness, often experienced by artists and creatives. But how about less dramatic examples? Can ordinary moments induce such states too? Believe it or not, they can when deeply engrossed in writing a report or analyzing data at work. Yes, even something seemingly banal. You may find yourself entering these zones unconsciously. Jamie Wheal proposes that these experiences result from neurochemical changes within our brain. Shifts in dopamine and norepinephrine levels during high-stakes situations like surfing, or increases in alpha and theta brainwaves during creative activities like playing music or meditating. The beauty lies in understanding that these aren't random occurrences limited to daredevils or virtuosos, but are accessible to us all. They can be intentionally cultivated through practices like mindfulness meditation or yoga, techniques that invite us into new dimensions of self-awareness. These states offer more than just productivity boosts. They provide transformative experiences leading to personal growth and improved quality of life. They allow us to see past our everyday perceptions, uncovering new perspectives on ourselves and the world around us. So, my friend, are you willing to venture into this fascinating realm of consciousness? It's a journey that requires courage, but remember that the rewards far outweigh the risks. As you explore these altered states within yourself, remember Jamie Wheal's wisdom. They're not just for thrill seekers or musicians alone. They're your birthright too. So harness them wisely to enhance your life experience. After all, isn't life itself an adventure in consciousness? In our journey together, we've delved into the intricate tapestry of altered states of consciousness. We've discovered how these experiences aren't solely reserved for daredevils or virtuosos, but rather form part of your innate human rights, a birthright bestowed upon you at conception. The potential to explore new dimensions of reality rests within you, like an untouched canvas awaiting its artist's first stroke. The science behind it is fascinating and continues to evolve with each passing moment. It's as if we're on the precipice of a grand revelation about what our minds are truly capable of achieving when liberated from the constraints that bind us to ordinary consciousness. Yet remember, harnessing these states isn't just about chasing euphoria or seeking escape. It's about enriching every facet of your life experience. To grasp this concept fully, picture yourself as an adventurer setting sail on uncharted waters, not in search for elusive lands or hidden treasures, but for something far more profound, yourself. Altered states act as navigational tools guiding you toward unseen corners within your own psyche. They illuminate pathways to untapped reservoirs of creativity and insight. Life itself is an adventure in consciousness, a wondrous odyssey unfolding within the expansive cosmos housed in your skull. Your experiences form constellations across this vast mental universe, each one unique and dazzling in its own right. So I implore you, don't shy away from exploring these celestial landscapes that lie beyond your cognitive horizon. Unleash the full capacity of your mind and dance fearlessly amongst stars, where dreams converge with reality. As we part ways today, carry with you this newfound understanding like a compass pointing towards endless possibilities that await discovery within your own mind space. Remember, the real voyage involves not seeking new landscapes, but seeing through new eyes. Eyes wide open to altered states, offering vistas onto realms unimagined yet innately yours. Your journey does not end here. It begins. So step forth, brave explorer, and embrace the boundless adventure that is consciousness.